Today we will be discussing early Christianity and its art and the influence around it. Two prime examples of that would be the sarcophagus of Junius Bassus and the Genesis manuscript. Early Christian art is more prominent towards the end of the 2nd century and around the beginning of the 3rd century. As more people converted to Christianity, it became understood that all of the newly converted were fairly used to the imagery used by their previous religions, so that they expected that to carry on into their new religion of Christianity. The sarcophagus of Junius Bassus had a medium of marble, and it was made around 359 CE, and it is currently located in Treasury of St. Peter's Basilica. Something that is to be noted is Jesus Christ, which is a centerpiece in this magnificent sculpture, and it is seen that he is very young, and he is in between Peter and Paul, and he is holding a scroll. And at the bottom of his feet is actually a previous god. And just below that, you can see the story of Adam and Eve, and how that this would also tell multiple stories and have various connections to the Bible. And it was a teacher to all those that gazed upon it. Up next, we have the Genesis manuscript, the Vienna Genesis manuscript, and it was actually made from animals. They would skin animals, and they would use silver and gold writing on purple parchment paper. It's actually unknown who the author/artist is, but it is possibly Constantinople. And it is actually quite shocking that such an artifact was well preserved. This is actually one of the oldest illustrated versions of the Bible that has been held on to, and it was considered an extreme luxury for a wealthy Christian family to have one of these objects. It is taught that multiple groups of people would group together, and they would turn over these pages and spend hours gandering over the beautiful pages that looked so smooth and luxurious and just so refined. The way that this would work is that there would be a top half of filled text, and on the bottom half it would contain a fully colored painting depicting the story that was being told. And it was specifically objects like this that laid down the foundation for converted Christians to understand and teach themselves in this early era of Christianity. The reason that I chose these two art pieces is that I believe that they are the base example of the Christian art that would be to follow. It was art pieces like this that allowed generations to communicate with generations and tell their stories and in ways that could not be changed. It was set in stone or fabric or leather that this is what happened and this is how it would be told. It was these types of works that really laid down the groundwork for the future generations. I chose these two art pieces because I believe that they accurately explain the story that is trying to be getting across, that this is not just a form of art that could be looked upon. It is something that can be taken and learned from. It was a living piece of art.